The Electoral Commission has disqualified 5 of the 17 presidential aspirants who filed to contest the 2020 presidential elections, clearing 12 to stand as candidates. The 5 disqualified include 2 independent aspirants and flag bearers of the People's Action Party, United Front Party and the United Progressive Party. EC Chairperson Jim Mensah explained that 5 aspirants were disqualified because they were fraudulently endorsed by unqualified subscribers or forged signatures of some of the electorate. She also indicated the Commission has referred the issue of possible forgeries to the CID of the Ghana Police Service for investigations.
The 8th candidate to present his nomination forms to the Commission was Mr. Kofi Kranting. There were no IT issues with his nomination forms. However, the technical team noticed that 19 persons who had allegedly supported the CPP candidate had also supported Mr. Kofi Kranting. A further check revealed that these persons had not endorsed the candidate. Indeed, the CPP wrote to the Commission about the issue, indicating that these persons were executives of their party. The technical team found that the signatures of these 19 persons were fake, and the matter was referred to the CID department of the Ghana Police Service. The CID did confirm that these signatures were fake. The candidate has therefore been disqualified, and the Commission would forward this issue to the police for further action. Mr. Kofi Gane was the 12th person to file his nominations with the Commission. There were no IT issues. However, the technical team found that a number of the signatures of many supporters followed the same pattern. And the signatures were referred to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service. And the police has confirmed that indeed a good number of the signatures were fake. The candidate has therefore been disqualified and will therefore not contest the 2020 presidential election. Mr. Akwesi Odike was the 13th person to file his nominations with the Commission. There were no IT issues. However, the technical team noticed that the handwritings were similar and the signatures were also similar, and referred the matter to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service. The CID division confirmed that indeed a number of the signatures were fake, and the candidate has therefore been disqualified and will not contest in the 2020 presidential election. Mr. Kwesi Busumbru of the PAP was the 14th person to file his nomination forms with the Commission. There were no IT issues. However, the candidate failed to provide supporters for some districts in the Greater Accra region and had incomplete data for a number of his supporters. Indeed, some of the supporters were not registered voters in the area of authority of the district assembly to which they endorsed his candidature, and there are a good number of them. The technical team also noted that the same persons, although they had endorsed for him on the 4 separate forms, had different signatures. And what this means is that if you look at the forms, there were 4 forms, and so if you have a person called Amasewa, her signature appeared on the 4 forms, his signature as appearing on the 4 forms were different. And this was in the case of Ashanti and Northeast regions. This was referred to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service, and they noted that the signatures were fake. And he has been disqualified from participating and contesting in the 2020 presidential election. The 15th candidate to present his nomination forms to the Commission was Mr. Ajeni Mboating. There were no IT issues with his form. However, a good number of the 3 of the persons who supported his candidature have denied endorsing the candidate's nomination, and the Commission has a letter to that effect. The Commission referred the matter to the CID division of the Ghana Police Service, and they confirmed that the signatures were fake. He has therefore been disqualified from contesting the 2020 presidential election.
Madam Jim-Mensah have revealed the Commission would refund the 100,000 cedis filing fees to the disqualified aspirants.
To the aspiring presidential candidates who did not make this process, we wish you better luck next time. Your filing fees of 100,000 cedis will be refunded to you. To you, our distinguished citizens and our friends from the media, we thank you for believing in us and for walking this journey with us. We pledge that we will conduct ourselves in truth and integrity and organize a fair, credible, transparent, peaceful election come 7th December 2020.
Reacting to allegations, she says seek to discredit the Commission's integrity. Madam Jim-Mensah asked persons who have issues with the electoral process to raise them with the Commission or cease the attacks.
The EC can never rig an election. The processes are transparent, they are credible, they are tight, and they are accountable. And we cannot for any reason have a flawed election with this kind of process that has been held globally. I think even in advanced democracies, this transparency does not exist. Herein lies the transparency and openness of our process, making it difficult for anybody to rig an election or for any process to be flawed. Can anybody here or can anybody in the public tell us at which point of this transparent process the EC can rig the election? We use this platform to call on all political parties and stakeholders who have genuine concerns with the processes outlined to raise them in the full glare of the public. Once we as a commission are informed about the weaknesses and gaps in the processes outlined, we will take immediate steps to address these gaps, close and seal the gaps, and report same to the public in an open, transparent, and accountable manner. Until then, we entreat the naysayers to cease their onslaught of trying to discredit a thorough and credible process, and their onslaught of trying to discredit a commission that has been open and transparent and accountable to the people that it serves, that is the good people of this country. If for nothing at all, the current commission has opened up all its processes to the public and removed the cloaks of secrecy that shrouded our activities and operations in the past. We have laid bare our processes for all to see.
All right, so let's take a look at those who made it onto the 2020 ballot, or those who are making it onto the 2020 ballot and those who couldn't. We start with those who were disqualified, and for the disqualified aspirants, we have Kofi Koranting, who's an independent candidate, Mary Kofi Gan, who's also an independent candidate, Akwesi Adai Odike of the UPP, Kwesi Busumru of PAP, and then Nana Ejenim Boateng of the UFP. They have been disqualified, and the EC chairperson stated the reasons why they were disqualified. So now onto the qualified candidates, we have Alfred Kwame Esiru Walker. He's an independent candidate. Nana Addo-Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who's the sitting president, incumbent president, and of the MPP. Christian Kwabena Andrews of the GUM. And then we also have Bridget Jogbonuku of the PPP, John Dramani Mahama of the NDC, Ikuadonko of the GFP, Nana Konedo Ajema Rawlings of the NDP, Hassan Ayariga of the APC, and Ivor Greenstreet of the CPP. And then Henry Herbert Latte of the GCPP also made it. or is making it onto the ballot. Percival Kofi Akpalu of the LPG is also making it, and David Apasera of the PNC is also making it. Now joining us on phone is Samson Ladiayenini, legal practitioner, for us to get some insight as to the options available to the people who were disqualified, if at all there are any options. Thank you very much, Samson. Now, the 5 who have been disqualified, is that the end of the road for them as far as the December 2020 election is concerned, or they have the option to appeal this or fight it in court?
Due process at the Electoral Commission, like in other situations where the law provides for an appeal within the same institution for a consideration or a review. There's no room for an appeal at the Electoral Commission. What exists at the Electoral Commission by its laws is the provisions of the law that allows for candidates who have submitted their nomination to be afforded an opportunity to make alterations or amendments to the form. But the alterations and amendments have to be done within the period allowed for the nominations, so that by close of nominations, that room is closed once an opportunity has been afforded anyone who had any anomalies that needed correction or alteration or amendment. So if you look at the 2016 judgment of the High Court, which set aside the decision of the Electoral Commission then constituted against Papa Kwesi Indum for not allowing him the opportunity to make the alterations and amendments. And then if you look at the Supreme Court decision, because after Papa Kwesi Indum won that case, the Electoral Commission was dissatisfied and went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court also confirmed the decision of the High Court and made consequential orders, 4 consequential orders, including that the Electoral Commissioner had to extend the nomination period by 1 day, so that within the period of extension, then number 2, it allows the candidates to make the alterations and the amendments that are required for them to be able to contest. Now, the Electoral Commission, as I understand, appears to say that it has given them the opportunity to make the corrections. So once that is done, it does appear that the door is shut. But the door in a courtroom is never shut. Even if you are given the opportunity to make corrections, I doubt that anybody has the opportunity to make corrections regarding questions of fraud. So in respect of those that are accused of engaging in forgery, you are not supposed to be allowed an opportunity to correct it, even within the window that existed, because the law is that fraud vitiates everything. Like fraud destroys everything. If it's a house you are building and you began it on a foundation of fraud, it will come collapsing and it cannot be rescued. So this is the allegation for now. It remains an allegation until, if it is challenged, a court proves otherwise.
All right. So something, talking about the issue of forgeries or alleged forgeries, you indicated that there are allegations at this point. So they being allegations, is that enough to disqualify these people, or should the police CID investigate the matter and they determine that these are actually, not, they're just allegations and they couldn't prove them? Could we have these people reinstated?
The police is not a court. The decision of the police cannot be final on a question of fraud.
All right. So should it get to court? And the court, should the court clear them?
No, that's not how the process is done. I am seeing you trying to steal. You are saying I should wait for you to finish what you are going to do. No, it's not allowed. I'm watching you trying to commit murder. You say I should wait you finish the commission of the murder before I can raise an issue. No. So once they have identified the issues and the issues border on fraud, they are at liberty to make that allegation. And then if the police is minded to take the people to court and charge them for the crime, if you are forging an official document, the law says you are committing a second-degree felony, where if you are found guilty, you are looking to go to jail for a maximum of about 10 years. If you are forging other documents which are not official or judicial documents, it's a misdemeanor, and you are looking forward to about 3 years. Now, they put the allegations in a charge before a court, and then you go and answer. If in the end you're acquitted, then you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. If you feel that you are being unfairly treated, you also have the opportunity to take the first step in a court of law, to take a process of a judicial review, to challenge what the Electoral Commission has done, like Papa Kwesi Ndum did in 2016, and Justice Keba for in that very sound decision, except that he was faulted slightly by the Supreme Court for making consequential orders, which the High Court doesn't have the power to do. And the Supreme Court took those decisions by itself. So if you are aggrieved, you can go to court. But look, when the evidence is staring at you, you are better off not wasting your time in any courtroom. And this time, too, the circumstances are a bit, challenging. The time to the election is just too close. Around the time that they took the decisions and the court ruled in 2016, I think the decisions all came sometime in November, October. Everything was sorted. So if it is now you are going in October, well, the court may set up special, courts to fast track the process. But as we know now, no special courts have been set up, as Georgina Wood did at the time. Special courts were set up, and they ensured there was a lot of speed in the process. But look, when fraud is raised, like I say, in law, we say fraud vitiate omne vitiate. Fraud vitiates everything. It destroys everything. And the allegation of it is sufficient for you to be set aside until you have shown that you are not. It shouldn't be the other way around, that it must go to a court, and a court must find that you have actually committed fraud before your name is removed or you are disqualified. I don't think that is how it ought to be done.
All right. Thank you very much, Samson Ladi Ayenini, legal practitioner.